Hey, what's up, y'all? For my young players, think long term. And this for my young players. This ain't about some game or what anybody's having trouble getting women can do. This for my young players. Dudes who, I don't know, been dealing with women since they've been 7 years old and stuff. Had a 14-year-old babysitter, have him, like suck her breastises and shit. I mean, it's that deep because, like, for the real players out there, they've been in this. They've been in this. When I say young, teens, 20s, everything. You got girls. You don't need to be watching my videos. The only thing my videos do for you is just confirm and stuff. That's all my videos do or anything else. And in fact, y'all see a lot of these guys talking. He's like, well, shoot, you already knew what to do at 13 or something. Seriously. Seriously, because you getting all these women, shoot, you probably got older women throwing this shit at you. Indeed, there's not enough talked about. Everybody talking about these teachers getting with these young guys. Nobody's talking about what this doing to the young guys. And it's not always a bad thing on the surface. He got all that experience he learning women, shoot, probably getting paid by them and everything. Got all these little girls, they handed him the 90 and stuff. Some of y'all young guys know that, right? You don't, like I said, you don't need to watch anything. I'm saying, shoot, y'all could probably got some books out and stuff. And in fact, I get a lot of guys hit me up. I ain't telling them nothing new. I'm telling them how to manage some things. And that's one of the main things, man. Try to think long term. I know it's fun and everything, but sometimes they could be something because one of the most unfortunate things. Now, I've known plenty of men who are all up into women, multiple women, but then, they get older, they hit their 30s and 40s and stuff, and they say, look, I'm focused on something else. They might get one special woman, or even if they dealing with multiple women, they'll keep it down to two or three. They'll keep it down. And that's normal and everything. And they focus on, their mission and purpose. But see, there's a lot of young guys. You ain't thinking like that. Shoot, you having fun. You got this fine old young lady or sometimes a cool girl, MILF, whoever. They handing you the 90, doing stuff with you, doing all sorts of stuff with you. Oh, you feeling all that pleasure. But sometimes, you know what? It can affect your future in the sense that you get so caught up, you don't get caught up on your mission. Seriously, I've actually seen even some older guys. I remember I lived this one place, and I could tell this guy was a player, but he was a kept man. It might seem cute when you're young, but as a man, you're supposed to be sovereign and stuff. You need to know what you're going to be doing and stuff. So I would say this to the young players. Yeah, you getting it. I ain't saying just go cold turkey and stuff, but think long term when you're dealing with that woman. Think long term. Is this a woman you can deal with? Like, I'll tell you something I did. And now, I know I got some detractors saying whatever, but you're looking at 57-year-old Rom. You didn't know 27-year-old Rom or 17-year-old Rom, all right? You didn't know him. You can't imagine. You can't imagine. Don't judge what I am now with what I was, because I was a knucklehead when I was young. Everything I'm doing now, I probably could have been doing it 20 years ago, maybe on a different way and stuff. But I was getting caught up in getting too caught up with the women. I just put it like that. And I can think of some major things got slowed down all up in some woman. It's pleasurable and shit. Look, you got to think long term, though. You got to think long term, even in how you dealing with the women. Because I'm going to tell you what, and especially for some of the players, I've been talking about, some average looking guys can be some players out here, most are. But then if you that guy, and you look real good to that woman, got those really good genetics. Oh, some women trying to cash out. Some women trying to cash out. Or tell me stop. Hey, put a 1 in the description box if you're a young guy, you heard this. You about to have sex with a woman, and she said, well, you don't need a condom, I'm on birth control. You like, hey, where's your birth control at? She like, oh no, it's at home or something. If you heard that or something like that, or if she just said to you, oh, you don't need that, and you young, a lot of women trying to cash out, young girls trying to cash out. And especially if you in less economically viable areas and stuff. See, you got to think about it. You got to do what you got to do and everything and stuff. Like, hey, sorry about that. I know there was a quick break there, but my other phone was ringing. It was my son, and I'm here about my sons and stuff, my biological sons, but now I'm talking to my spiritual sons. Look, the thing you gotta understand is when you thinking long term, sometimes you might have to leave that little girl alone. You gonna have to think about it. You gonna think about who you deal with. One reason, now, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, I've had plenty of pregnancy scares. Plenty. I told you, when I was younger, I was kind of a knucklehead. Educated, but a knucklehead and stuff. Interesting life. Interesting. And, got out of the way. Thankfully, well, there's one woman, and I don't even mean this in a funny way. There's one woman still unaccounted for. Seriously, I would not be surprised to be on like some paternity show. She's still unaccounted for. But with all the rest, though, and that's the thing you got to think about. Like when you're dealing with women, think about the woman herself, especially if you're trying to do, well, first of all, you need to be thinking about your future anyway, even at a young age, especially in this day and age. You got millionaires out here, guys like flipping houses, they in their 20s. That can be you as well. That can be you as well. Doing some stuff. I mean, just they doing their thing. But even first, you need to be thinking about that. Your first relationship is with yourself anyway. I don't care how many women you get, how many find, how many backing it up. You got to think about yourself. What do you want to do with your life? What's important for you, and stay focused on that. That's the main thing. That's your main relationship with yourself. And then the women, you need to ask yourself every time you lay down with a woman, here's how I used to do it. Because I still had some scares, but you know what though? Except for a couple, the women would have been good to co-parent with. The women would have been good. It wouldn't have been like you had a child with them, they wouldn't have been crazy. Because one of the things I did, because see, I wasn't one of those people that just went crazy over different women. I've said before, I dealt with a lot of professionals, women like that. Women doing something. Ask yourself, is this woman going to be good for you for the future? And just go beyond what she looked like. What's her head like? What is she doing? Is she supportive of you? Or is she going to be a problem? First of all, for the young guys, if that woman shows she ain't kind of supportive of what your dreams are, she just like you because you fine or something, but tell her your dreams. And if she act funky about it, or she trying to fake, or she ain't trying to say, well, hold up, let me help you with that, don't mess with her. Don't mess with it. Because first of all, if you're getting women like that, you don't have to. You got an option. Limit yourself to the women who are going to bring something to you. Are they going to be an asset or a liability? That's very important. Very important. So even if something happened, because you still, hey, oh yeah, Rom love getting down and stuff. But then I said, okay, I'll mess with this professional. Something happened. Okay, we can live with it. I mess with this future doctor or now doctor or administrator or all this stuff. Okay, we got something. We can at least work together even if we don't marry or something. And definitely a woman who got something to lose to be caught up too, because she'll have her own birth control, But think about it. Is she an asset or a liability? Is she a part of your plan? Like, I don't care how old you are. Nowadays, if you're a teenager, think about what you want to do. Do you want to go to school? You want to go to college? You want to get that degree and everything? You want to get a professional degree? You want to start that business? Okay, that's your thing. That's your first thing. Second thing is, okay, what woman fits into that? Is she going to be a problem? Now, if she's that type going to distract you, in any way, like, well, we got to do this. We got to hang out here. She ain't good for you. Hold on again. Sorry about that. My heat was coming on. I didn't want anything in the background other than my music. But, think about what is she bring? What is she help? Is she helping with your dream? Don't be distracted. That's the thing. And it might, I'm going to tell you what, and this is something the smart older players realize. And before I get into the smart ones, look, I got to be real because Uncle Rom keeps it raw. It ain't peaches and cream with a lot of, there's some guys, man, they my age, they older. They still in that game. They still in that game. And I've said publicly before, I'll say it right here. I don't get the number of women I could get. Because my focus, like I said, I had to pause this to talk to my son. He wants something. I got to pick him up from where he at and get something with him later on today. All right? Got some other stuff to do, which is why I'm even doing a couch video and not a car video, right? I will be working now. One of the things I got to do is go walking with a buddy of mine and stuff, but that's something else. So, but here's the thing. Here is the thing. You want to be, you had to leave some stuff behind. Still got the lady friends, but they all quality and it's limited. You don't need to be 60 at the club and stuff, really. Now on a consistent basis anyway. Yeah, I did check out a club when I was at the summit in Houston, but that's a once a year thing and half business. So, you know what? You don't need to be that guy still, you in your 60s or something, got nothing to show for it. I actually know some guys like that, 60s, 70s, 80s. And they just, what they really got to show for their life. See, you want something to show for your life. The very nature of man is to build, is to create boundaries and everything, to have a legacy, to build his empire, All the women you're dealing with, even if you say, well, you know what, I still want to just deal with multiple women. Okay, get a team then, If you want to get married, hey, polygamy isn't technically legal in most Western cultures, but then you can have a wife. And there's plenty of dudes who do that. And just to be clear, it ain't all about sex if you gonna go that route. It ain't all about sex. Marriage is a business. Marriage is a business. Anybody who is in a polygamous relationship is saying, nah, it ain't just about sex. Because shoot, even for that, you're going to have to be taking some herbs. You got to satisfy a bunch of women. But no, it's more business. So you need to be thinking that way. What is it you want to do for your future? What drives you? What is your passion? Because that's the thing, they got to be there no matter what. Women are come and go, to be honest with you. Even as an older guy, they're going to come and go. What is it that you love to do? And that's going to bring you the joy. Then the women can add to it. See, the nature of women really is to enhance what a man is doing. So if a man gets a house, the woman makes it into a home. That's her job. But you got to get the house first. You got to lead there first. They need to bring something to your table and that is more on a spiritual thing. It ain't even about money or anything like that or even sex. What is she doing to make you better? So you got to just deal when you're young, start thinking in those terms. It's going to be tough because, Rom used to be at all the parties, the go-go's, everything. Please, and stuff. But like I said, it probably some of the stuff I'm doing now, I could have been doing 30 years ago. Seriously. Even 30, I'll just say it, 30 years ago, I ain't have any idea I'd be doing anything like this. But I already had the talent within me. Now, if I was focused on that, instead of getting the next woman, So think long term. And then when you're still a man, you still want to deal with women. Think in terms of the woman who's going to help you. She's going to be a help meet your goals, that woman who is in cooperation with you. And I got to shout out the young man. He said something on the video because, I always used to say in submission to your mission. But now I'm starting to say cooperation. That's better because submission, there's so much negative stuff with it. It's like, okay, you don't like that word. We'll say cooperation. And the young man said in cooperation to your operation. And shout yourself out because I don't have it right in front of me right now, young brother, but I appreciate that. And I loved how he said it, right? So why don't you think about that when you're young? And okay, let me give you a hypothetical. Say you got multiple women, all of them in cooperation to your operation. Which ones are the best ones then? Like keep it limited, but stay focused. And I would say in general, if you're gonna I need a roster and stuff, hey, I understand. No more than 4, but each one need to bring something different to the table if you're going to go there. But even then, it's still about your mission, all right? So anyway, that's all I had, because, I know some people, they see me clowning and all that stuff, or, they have an issue with me talking game. But my main thing is helping men across the globe be the best version of themselves. That's my main thing. And it goes beyond game. If after a while, if you start building your stuff, because like in the 20 years I've been really doing this hard, had my book out, I'm gonna tell you what, I've had so many guys, and I've had guys get some women. Yeah, plenty of babies born from guys, who were following my stuff. But the main thing, got some guys kicking ass in their business, their purpose. I've had guys hit me up and say, you know what, I'm in school again. I'd rather hear that. Women will come and go. There's plenty of women. If you listening to me, you already know there's an abundance of women. And for my young players, you definitely found that out when you were 7 years old. There's an abundance of women. So they will always be there. Your main relationship is with yourself. You got to think long term. What do I want to do? All right? So just keep rising, y'all. Seriously, just keep rising. And let me just say one more thing, because, you always get somebody trying to be smart or something. This ain't the video for it. Seriously. If you got some hate or something like that, this ain't the video for it. I'm out here trying to save lives. Lives, okay? And that just get pussy either. Like I said, this shit easy. And especially for my young African-American brothers, my foundational Black American brothers, hey, y'all know. And hey, look, if you're not of that, don't get mad. But anyway, a man looks out for his own blood first. And I don't want to see the negative stuff. You lying in the ground because some trigger happy cop, or you on the corner, or, you just under some woman's thumb, you just her plaything. No, I want you to rise. I want you to rise. Okay? So anyway, and get back with you. And like I said, the rest of y'all, if y'all not that, fine. But as men, I want y'all to rise too. I'm good with y'all, but I got to look out for my young brothers first. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll get back with y'all later. I'll probably have a car video tomorrow. Probably get back in the gym itself. Like I said, doing some walking today as part of my exercise with a buddy of mine. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Peace and many blessings.